Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 17 properties today, and I'm going to send you a link, or I'll put it down below, to the newest property we have at 327baverstock.com. Corner townhouse right around the corner from Trudeau Park. Really nice kitchen, great finishes, and it's in top-notch shape. So even two-car parking in the driveway, really, really good. So let's talk about today's list. Kind of the same as yesterday. There wasn't a whole lot here that I really could pick and choose from, but we'll talk about a couple things. Now this one on Costigan doesn't have pictures. I kind of like the area. There's upper units and there's lower units. They're a stacked townhouse, and then they're joined on both sides. The part I wanted to mention is this part down here. Sharon, if you zoom in, tenants please allow 24 hours notice for showings. Selling a property with a tenant inside is difficult because number one is the lease is not breakable. So if it's different if they're in a lease versus if they're month to month. In a lease, let's say the lease goes, and I don't know the details on this one, but let's say the lease goes until next March. When you buy this home, you have to accept those tenants until March, at which point 60 days prior to the end of the lease, you can give them notice and say, okay, we're, for whatever reason, we need to retain our home. Even that has some interesting little dilemmas with it. But anyway, and if the tenants aren't gone by closing, let's just say they're month to month and you ask for a 2.5 month closing and you want vacant possession. If they don't give you vacant possession, in other words, if tenants are there on closing, there's not much you can do because you're now the new owner of the house and you've got to go through the process of eviction, which can take quite a long time. Showings can be more difficult with tenants. Number one, because legally you need 24 hours notice and you don't have as much control, or they don't have as much, skin in the game as far as outcomes. So oftentimes you see that the condition of the home is not sort of ideal showing ready condition as it would probably be with an owner. I mean, nothing there is guaranteed either, but owners tend to have a different level of responsibility when it comes to getting the home ready. So that's a bit of a challenge. I don't know the details here. The price seems good given what else has been going on in this neighborhood. And whenever I see something in this building, like these units were for sale for like $240,000, and I talked someone out of it one time. I said, I don't think these are very good. I think they're weird, and just I didn't think there was a market for them. And they've doubled in price in 5 years, 6 years, something like that. So who knows? I'm not always right. Now, I'm glad, first of all, this one in Sauve, over 1,000 square feet, new building, probably one of the better looking hallways in Milton. So even some of the better buildings like Green Life and the Ambassador, the hallways are nothing special. So this one definitely gives a stronger impression when you first walk in. The units are great in those other buildings. It's just the hallways are really, really basic. So it's a good unit, lots of size. You face the pond, which is nice. You've got your bathrooms with the upgraded countertops. That's your party room. That's the rooftop patio, which is new. I haven't seen that. And probably one of the better gyms out there, too. Again, Green Life and Ambassador, it's pretty basic. So there's your floor plan here. Not a bad, what I look for floor plan is where can I put my couch? That's the big issue I find with some of these layouts is you just don't know where things should go. But most people just look at the raw size of the rooms. I look at where the openings are, where the long walls are, that kind of thing. I like what they commented on here because it doesn't get talked about enough. Excellent, we'll just zoom in here, Sharon. So excellent building support structure in non-combustible concrete, and we'll give them a pass on this one. Steel, it's steel, obviously. I don't know if it's unparalleled quality because I like the ICF construction in Green Life, but there are buildings in town, and there's a couple of them, and I'm not going to mention them by name, but they're the ones that aren't Ambassador, Green Life, 100 Millside, or this building that are made of wood, and pretty much the whole structure is wood, And if anything were to happen, the whole thing is a big matchstick. And you can feel the floors. There's differences in quality. You can feel it right away when you go in these buildings if you know what to pay attention to. So this one on Hayward, and I've heard this said before by some other colleagues of mine, the street doesn't look good. I mean, it's, the home is what it is, but for some reason, Hayward just does not have a good curb appeal overall. Sorry to say, but it's just the way it is. When I look at this home, it's a 4-bedroom, it's a back split. These ones work really well for investment properties because you can access the home through the garage. You can cut rooms off. You usually have a walkout on the back that you can use as an entrance. So they're kind of cool for that. That's good. When you go inside, oh, and by the way, there's a new roof, new furnace. So I would check the age of the air conditioner. And then you just have windows, pretty much. That's your big capital expenses. The home has been staged for sure. But here's the thing. If you're going to do that, and then you have mismatched appliances. You have a white stove, and then you have a stainless steel microwave. The two hard things to remove from a house are the dishwasher and the microwave. So if you replaced a fridge and a stove, it's super easy. So the fridge and the stove are white, and so it just doesn't match with the rest of the home. So got this lovely staging going on, but then if you really look at it, why wasn't the other stuff done? Would the money spent in staging have been better reallocated towards kitchen appliances, or down in the there's some vacant rooms here, even here, painting out this wood here, kind of putting some neutral tones, just make it look a little bit better. I'm also a little concerned that there's a dehumidifier sitting right in the middle of the floor there. That is probably something that they should take out before pictures are taken. And it looks like you've got a pretty nice backyard there too. So for the double car garage, for the green space, for the 4 bedrooms, everything else, I think $650 is very attractive. Remember, we're seeing stuff in this list, like we're seeing Roseheath here with a single car garage, not nearly as big as that one, asking pretty much the same price. Speaking of Roseheath, one of them just sold on the street for $625. This one's like I said, it's $650. Now it talks about in the description a detached above ground link. It looks like a detached home, but it's actually linked underground. So that's normally detached and linked are two completely different categories. Inside, nice renos. By the way, driveway, side-by-side parking is the next best thing to a double car garage. Not a huge house, but they've definitely done the right things to it. And down in the basement, I don't know why men always get to say man cave, because what if a woman likes to watch movies? But it's definitely nice. Nice little tucked in corner here. If you didn't want that, you could close this off and get some storage space underneath the stairs. Great looking deck outside. You've got some nice, these stones are a lot of money in armor stones right there. Good flat yard and great looking home. So this one definitely gets top marks. The only thing that happens now, see what it says here, central air conditioner is a rental reliance leasing. Not many buyers want to assume the lease. So as an owner, when you sell a home, you're probably going to have to buy that thing out or use it as a negotiating tool. But there's a good chance that the buyer's not going to want to keep that lease going. So when you replace your furnace and your AC, if at all possible, buy them. Don't lease them out. Reliance tries to sell them as a big benefit. They're a pain in the ass when it's time to sell. Now this one on Tonelli Lane, there's signs of life for single car garages, but I mean, I just think this price isn't working. There's been this model that's sold for $745 recently, and they have, a finished basement apartment. They overlook the pond. Even still, those two items together on the extreme high side is worth $40,000 to $50,000. So I just don't see this price. I mean, I think the first number being an 8 is a little bit of a stretch. Not to say it's not nice, just given what else has been selling out there, it feels pretty high to me. So that's the list for today. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out to us, we're here for you. Buyer class this Saturday. It's going to be a good one, as they always are. So this Saturday, I'll have to check the time. I'll start posting some details tomorrow, and I'll send it in the email too. But the Milton buyer class is happening this weekend. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.